welcome to the very first episode of the HYXR Podcast. I still don't know what we're calling this, but we're gonna call it something to do with us winning something. But we're gonna go and talk about what happened in the first Elite Series. Now that we're done, or mostly done with the round robin, we're just waiting for a couple teams to finish up before we get to the knockout bracket. But we've secured our spot in the knockout bracket, so I think we should start off with just breaking everything down. How did the qualifiers go?
It was pretty easy, other than the BBG match.
I mean, we just had two matches where we got Cali host fucked, and then...
No, he's talking about the qualifier.
Way before that. Yeah, it was pretty easy.
I mean,
it was easier than the BBG match.
I don't remember anybody would even play in the qualifier match. All I remember is we played BBG and we lost to those guys. And
I remember throwing the hard point in the S&D, and then we just lost the control, which.
Yeah, we lost the BBG. We're still getting better, and then we played them again. We beat them, so hopefully shows improvement. But yeah, I don't remember anybody even playing that. I'll just remember playing BBG.
Yeah, well, you guys smoked KCP.
Oh, and Kate's team.
Yeah, that's who we played.
Yeah, that was a...
Wait, who?
Did we play anything else?
That was with the Anthrax in them, right?
Did we play Juju?
We
did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, 3-0.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Chitter.
Oh, it's fucking great. And then we moved on. So we qualified after beating KCP, and we moved on, and we had our first match against Maki, which ended in a 3-0. So what happened during that match?
Those guys don't try. They're not very good, to be honest with you.
Because see, the interesting thing that I saw from that match is that after we 3-0'd them, the next day they lost 3-2 to Western.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, those guys just aren't. I just don't think they're really that great. I mean, I'm willing to make a bet that they will probably make a roster change, and that after this head roster change happens, we could ask each of them individually if the team is good, and they'd probably each of them say no.
One thing I'd say about them going to play Western and playing 3-2, it's anyone who plays Western and is Team B and they win the second map and they're a good team, it's gonna go map 5. It should go map 5 because Western's gonna win the map 1 and 3 on their host majority of the time. And what makes them really good is they're a really good S&D team, so they can steal that second map off their host. So in our case, we just got we didn't win our second map, but in Mock's case, they won their second map, they won their S&D, and so that's why they got to their 4th and 5th host map, and that's how the series went that way.
Do you think they would? Do you think they would be as dominant on LAN?
Wait, which team?
Western.
I think they'd be a top team still.
Mm-hmm.
Would they be winning everything? I mean, I don't know.
Structure-wise, they play well.
I feel
they play the best. They still play the best.
Western's a very good team.
They know what they're doing. They're not winning just because of internet.
It doesn't help that they're Triple West Coast. They're a really good team and they're playing correctly, and the Triple West Coast doesn't that doesn't help because then when you're playing really good and you're playing well, then you still got to play against Triple West, so it's they would still be a top team in LAN.
Okay. After that, we faced UT Crew, and that match was a super close match. Went 2-3 in UT Crew's favor. What happened there?
Should have won that series. Double cable host. I love that shit.
In terms of UT Crew, well, I feel like there was a lot of reasons why I could say we lost, and I don't like to make the excuse that we got joked and everything, regardless even if we did, because the host wasn't that great. They put us on cable host, which it sucks. But we still made mistakes. We did things we shouldn't have done, and we're still, like I said, even now we're still improving as a team.
We're a lot better this week than we were last week.
In terms of search, that's been one of our weaker modes, I suppose. More so for the fact that just very small things communicating to people or actually just helping each other out, and that's something we've been improving.
Low key, map 1 and 2, we had just a super slow start. I remember we were making jokes mid-series. We're bro, we actually can't kill these guys. And then map 3, I don't know.
We were joking and then kind of just.
Yeah, and then map 3 we kind of just said fuck it, and then I almost gunshipped them, and then we started coming back. And
then we got put on Garrison Search and Destroy.
Yeah, we literally threw.
We
threw the map, but we don't have any reps in the map too, which didn't help.
If he doesn't kill me vet there, they don't even win that round. And then we have an offense. I'm still on streaks. I don't know.
Yeah, But it
Like,
didn't help. Like that was our like second least played map. Like so for S&D at least. So it's like that didn't help at all. So that's what like
Yeah.
one thing we've been like focusing, and we're gonna be focusing playing these cups. Is like expanding our map pools, working on our bad maps. So
Yeah. And then I mean after that we played Western, New York, and I mean those were pretty. I'm not gonna lie, those were quick series. I feel like they could have gone either way, but it just.
Oh yeah, we got
As
smoked.
far as Wester goes, I think those guys are a good team. We lost our search. We won our search. The series is probably competitive. Lost
yeah,
our point their host,
yeah.
which was it's a given.
We could have won. Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's like we could have won the hard point on the first map, but it's like
As far as New York goes, those guys put us on. Those guys are actually odd, in my opinion. Those guys put us on 100 ping cable host. I don't know like why they'd even do that, and
when
like
we scrim them and like it's competitive in like real maps.
that's just weird. And then like literally, I don't know. That was just so weird. Like
I
literally,
mean, like in our point of view, it's weird, but like from their point of view, it's like, listen, they're double Canada, one is New York. Like we might as well just throw
Yeah,
them on like
but,
a
like-
Try to
California.
get the advantage.
Nah, there's not. Nah, we're not doing that. No, they could
But-
give us Texas and be the same thing. Like nah.
Not really. Like California is way worse.
Texas still an advantage to their entire team.
Yeah, but like, bro, like, why not? Why not? Like, if you have an opportunity to throw someone on 100, like 100 ping host, like, why not just do it? Like,
Competitive integrity.
Would you
Yeah, but-
really? Would you even feel like you really won something if you had a clear cut
no,
advantage?
definitely not. But I mean, that's just the way it is.
So- Sad.
We could scrim them on. We can scrim them on a central host, beat them in maps, but then go
I
and
mean,
do
that's the
that.
problem because like for these,
I'm not taking away like that any of them. I'm not saying any of them are bad or they're a bad team. They're all clearly individually talented and they're good as a team. What I'm mad about is that they put us on a clear cut, horrible host, like literally just terribly, like blatantly terrible. Like, come on, bro. That's literally just
Handicapping us.
literally like makes no sense. I mean, I guess I could take from their perspective, like, whatever, he has bad internet, put us on it, but just I don't know, ridiculous. But I guess it is what it is. It's whatever. It's in the past now.
We could just move past it. I mean, after that we started the week, or we had the week go 1-3. So I mean, it wasn't a good week, but we went into the weekend. I know Proto, you took the weekend off to do your thing, and
Correct.
then Zinx, you ended up playing with. Did you play with
Doug.
John?
I'll put with Doug.
Doug and his router got fried.
What
Yeah, I don't
happened?
I don't know. The box in my garage got fried. Like I had a guy come out here and fix it like Monday. I was playing on a hotspot for like the T16 round T8 match. And that shit wasn't fun at all.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys all played it separately. How do you think that has affected your performance for the coming week, or the week
Oh.
after that?
I don't think it affected it. If anything, it improved like individual things, like some S&D maps like we wanted to work on, where I wanted to play something differently. Like when I was playing with Doug and them, like I'm just like, yo, I want to play this, and so like I just got like extra reps on it, I guess you could say, like in a tournament setting. That's like the only thing that got out of it. There was no like negative impact. Like we don't need to play the cups or anything. It's like I don't know.
So you guys
Yeah,
just kind of treat it as a practice.
Now
to
we
get
are,
better.
yes. Yeah, we are going to start doing that. We're actually going to start like using them as a real way to practice our like, our bad maps. That's what I said earlier. We're going to widen our pool with these tournaments. With the ones at least that can't count for anything. Because I know in between seasons, I think after playoffs next Wednesday, there's a cup that will count. Like we can play that and the pro points count. And then there's an open, and then another cup, and then the season 2 starts. So it's like those 2 cups and that open, obviously we're gonna take them serious. But then like the cups that happen during the elites where we can't get points out of them, like we're gonna use those as like actually practice things that we need to work on.
Yeah.
In tournament settings, because something scrimming, like it's like a little different. Like I was watching like one of the Optic podcasts, and they were saying they were upset about their S&D practice because like they felt they were a good S&D team, but then when played phase and got smoked. But it's like there's no real way to practice at like tourney S&D, like because it's different. Same thing that we're gonna be doing. So
All good. I mean, and then so after that we go into the week. We're 1-3. We have to basically win every single match to try to secure a spot in the knockout bracket. And our first match is against BBG. With knowing that we lost to BBG in the qualifiers, how are you guys feeling going into this match?
well, one thing I'll say is that last week or the first week, looking at the matches and looking at like the teams we're playing and what the possibilities, we were expecting like the best outcome. We would like go 2-2 because we knew this week was going to be like easy. Like these teams, we knew we were clear cut better than we were going to do way better. Which showed. The BBG match, like I wasn't really worried about like the series going into it because the match in the qualifier, it's like we should have won the first two maps. The control like was out of our hands. But like the first two maps we should have won, and I wasn't really worried with that because of how much better we got over the 2 weeks since we played them. So
Yeah, I mean we saw the improvement there. We go 3-1 in map count. I think we only dropped the control was it?
yeah, the control, yeah.
Yeah.
Control, and I mean that should have gone our way. I think it was a close match, just a couple mistakes
Yeah.
in there. And then the next day we played Mr. Mid Maps, which ended 3-1 in our favor, which I kind of knew we were going to win that match considering how they've been playing.
Yeah.
But then the Zed match.
Get out of here.
The Zed match, you guys had me on my toes, dude. What the hell?
Listen, that I mean, so pretty much a problem of ours in S&D is we like to throw. It's a problem. And so pretty much that's what came down to. I mean, and it's also reps, but like that's what came down in the raid S&D. We just kind of just threw. And the control is definitely our weakest game mode. So like that, like, and we still threw that control, but they played it in a way that we've never experienced. And for us to experience like how they played that, and then if it still be close and us actually throwing, which we know why, we know what happened, not that big of a deal. Like it won't happen again, type of thing. So like. That's why it looked so scary because we kind of just threw an S&D and then we lost our worst game mode. So like it was like, oh, it's 1-2, and then like the Moscow S&D because like the hard points weren't even close. The Moscow S&D was like, I don't know if it was them just knowing like because we played the map a lot, and like that's our one of our better maps. They played it really weird. They played it super. They're a super slow team. So,
I mean, they just played off of us like them like wrapping the map and trying to have us like. Switch over to the other bomb side, and they go to that one, and then like come back to the other one. Like,
they were low key trying to play the map like how we do it, but they were like doing it not like that.
We're just doing it way slower. I don't know.
They're like putting their own twist on it, trying to mess with you guys at that point.
Yeah, I mean, even the map too. Like, even though we choked, like we didn't really like scrim that much. Like, I mean, like I don't know, scrimming S&D and playing S&D is way different. Like. So it's like whenever we're like losing like S&D, we're like learning, and then I don't know, like we just kind of bring it into like our next like S&D like match or whatever it is. Like we learn from like the mistakes and then try to like move on and then add it to like the next one. But like yeah, raid's definitely been one of the more frustrating ones for us for sure.
Yeah, because like the only thing you can do in S&D scrims is like practice like timings and. Like I guess
even controls, like, even controls.
Yeah,
controls. Like if you see in these like tournament matches, like they're played a lot slower. Like even like on Garrison control mainly, like a lot of people are like playing corners because you don't want to like die off the break.
Super ratty.
Yeah, because if you go like 2 or 3 down off Garrison control without like getting 1 kill, like you're essentially kind of like fucked because they have so much map control on you, and then they just spawn trap you over and over. So like that definitely gets like annoying. So it's like. I don't know, like going off of like scrims and tournaments, like people are just playing it different, and we're just trying to like learn kind of like the balance of it and like what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, stuff like that.
Okay, I mean, so we end up finishing the week 4-3. Right now we're sitting in the 3rd spot for seeding wise, but there's still a couple matches to be played. So BBG with just winning their match, we're looking at potentially securing that 3rd spot. Correct?
3rd or 4th. It depends on how.
Yeah, some other things have to fall into place.
Yeah, I think now. We could still get 5th. It's if UT Crew goes and UT Crew needs to win now. They need to win one of their maps for them, and like a 3-way tie could happen essentially. And then if a 3-way tie happens, we'll get 5th. Because we'll have like we should have the worst map count out of the 3, but now that U2 there's lost that, they have to now go play Wester or New Academy, and win one of those, and that's just like they shouldn't. So they should get dropped down to 5th, and then.
I'm not gonna lie though, I didn't expect BBG to 3-0 them. I thought it'd be like a bit closer. Like map 1 was kind of a blowout. Map 2, like obviously Nate 1v2s, and then I don't know, we missed control.
Control's kind of a blowout.
I mean, yeah,
It was fast.
just control Garrison, bro. Like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, like there's a couple different possibilities that can still happen, but they're like least likely. I think we're kind of guaranteed at least 4th.
We're guaranteed the knockout bracket. Which is,
we're guaranteed the knockout bracket. We're guaranteed at this point. I think we should be. I can confidently say we're guaranteed 4th. I don't think they're gonna beat New York or Western.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously we want the best seed possible in the knockout tournament. So
does any team love playing control? Like because like when I play it, it's so boring and annoying.
Yeah, I see people like say it's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. Like
I can see why people wanting CTF, but at the same time,
that's the thing. Like both are boring. Both are gonna be boring.
Uplink was like the only good game mode, and it's because you were actually like forced to have to like make a move. Yeah, and like camping was kind of like detrimental. Like you can't just sit in base and camp. Like
hauling out control to add CTF, it wouldn't be worth it. Like you might as well just keep control at that point. It's definitely not that good, but it's like it wouldn't be worth it to haul it out. Like I don't mind playing it, but
I think what was the game called? Blitz? I think is
Blitz
what it's called in
Blitz.
Ghost.
Oh, yeah. Ghost.
It's like reverse capture the flag and Dom together or something.
Well, that's the thing though. People would complain about Blitz because people were like annoyed that people would just like sneak through. But it's at the same time though, I feel like it's also a skill to name track and know what's happening on the map. But I don't know, people look at it differently. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think one thing would be too is like with what's so like bad about control right now is like, in my opinion, there's like Raid's all right, Garrison's horrible, and like Checkmate's like the only like I guess you could say good control map. Like Raid can be better, but
you think people would even call that good? Like,
no, because a lot of people don't like Checkmate. Like they're just not good control maps.
It doesn't play fast enough like it does in BO4 because you had specialists and all that. And the movement was quicker, obviously 5v5, like it was more suited for BO4, but I feel like moving control to this game, it's not really like the best thing. I don't know.
It's definitely weird to watch.
I personally thought Dom could have been good in this game, but because Dom's a little different in this game because it's like points instead of flags.
Even last year, people hated domination.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. There's no good there's no good third game mode.
I like Dom more last year than playing control this year.
Unless it was uplink, but like some people didn't want jetpacks, some people do, like I don't know. So it's like everyone has like a different opinion, so who knows?
I mean, I don't know, I think adding a third game mode that has exclusivity to jetpacks would be kind of sick. I mean, throw it completely far left field, but it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, that would wreck the meta.
But that would be like super weird. Like you're playing 2 game modes with no jetpacks, and then you hopping in, and you're like, bro, like what the hell?
Like, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be entertaining, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, so now we're going to the knockout bracket. Based off the teams that we have potential to play, I see us going into playoffs. What do you guys see as the difficult thing about getting to playoffs and then playoffs itself?
It's honestly like I'm not worried about any play. Like I know like as far like I mean UT Crew like
I'm gonna have to be right back. I think I have a package real quick. 1 sec.
You're good.
Like UT Crew is like the better one out of all of them that we should technically. I don't know if you just beat them. I'm not worried about any teams we're gonna play. Like I mean,
at the end of the day, we have to just play our own game.
Yeah,
like, if we lose, it's because we lost like to ourselves because we did something stupid or we didn't understand like what was like happening in like a certain scenario. Like every team is beatable. Like if it's on like a fair host or whatever.
It's not even that. Like we've shown like like how good we are and like if we play our game like no one's beating us and like if we're playing our game. And we go against Western, or you go against NYS Academy, or they're going to throw us on Triple West, or throw us in the Cable West. We need to, which we already have accepted that, but we need to just capitalize on focusing on winning that second map and getting to our 4th and 5th map. That's how we're going to win those series. There's a small chance we could win the maps on their host if we're playing correctly and together, sure, but it's a lot harder to do that on their host. So what we need to do is make sure we win the second map and get to our host. That's how we're going to win those series when we get to the playoffs. Anyone else I'm not worried about. It's just dealing with the West host. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's like I'm not worried about any team. It's just the 2 hosts. That's it.
Do you think the host really decreases the skill range between the teams and really kind of packs it tightly?
Uh,
I mean, when they're hosting, it's like impossible to kill them.
when they're hosting, they're better than Optic. Like those guys are like.
I mean, but at the same time, it's just because of like our locations. Like we're literally all like, bro, we're double Canada. Like
I mean,
I
don't know. I saw the host one shot top green. I went behind him and shot him, and I got turned on. Like, and I see him. I see he has no health in his health bar. Like, yeah, I just don't miss, don't lose. I guess I don't know.
Better,
Like,
bro.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like I'm just I think like people hosting on those things definitely like I mean Wester, I don't blame Wester, like they can't do anything about it, and their host is actually not bad. Like they have a good West host, it's just they have 3 people West. That's why it's like it seems bad. But like the New York thing, it's like they can do that, and like if we steal series from them with them still doing that, that's just pathetic. Well, or they could just do Texas where they're still at an advantage, and we can have a competitive, good series. Like so, I don't know.
It's gonna be a fun week to say the least. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Trying to think of any more questions. Anything you got?
All right. What are you guys' initial thoughts on league play?
Terrible.
I don't think it's gonna be so bad once it's like everyone's ranked up all the way to like the highest level. Like same with BO4. Like I'm not really finding that many competitive matches just because everyone's ranks are so low and like you gotta wait for like all the good people to like get to a high level in Masters. So I think once everything is like settled, then it'll be not so bad. But I mean, I had higher expectations for it. So
Do you
Yeah, I
guys go ahead?
Go ahead. I mean, it's just annoying. Like I was playing League Play for like 2 hours, and I just got like 4 S&Ds straight. Like I can't really take that serious. Like I don't know.
Yeah, with how bad league play is, there's ways to make it at least like bearable. Like
I wish I
let
had,
us
like, a
get
map
maps.
vote.
It's just
Let
weird
us,
how we go
yeah.
like backwards. Like how do you go backwards on League Play? Like when it was good, and then
Yeah.
like I don't know.
It's like it's not like these guys didn't make BO2 league. Like I don't know what like I don't know.
Systems all thrown
They
weird.
they don't care. So
Do you like
I
the
remember.
do you like the ranking system though and how it's formatted? Besides like the of course getting 30 S&D matches all on Miami.
nah, I think it's like the worst way to do it. Like if you go look like every popular like esport game has good ranked, like a good rank system, like a good rank play, whatever. Like every single one, but COD for some reason. And it's like I don't even know if it's I don't even think it's Treyarch's fault. I think it's Activision. I think Activision, like in my mind, with how Bondar was speaking, saying how like trust us, we're gonna bet we're looking out for you guys, we're gonna get you something good. And I feel like they were working on something, and then like Activision stepped in and said, no, let's just do this. Obviously, like let's look at numbers. BO4 had the most numbers. They must have liked it. Let's give them that. Like I feel like it was something like I feel like Activision stepped in and did this. It wasn't Treyarch. Like so like there's just nothing like. There's nothing they can really do.
I can see that. They want control over their game.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Which I don't know why they care so much. Like they don't care, but then they care that much to go and do that. It's like
Yeah, and it's like, come on, just every single AAA title has a great competitive mode, except for Call of Duty.
yeah, I don't know.
I think we'll get something better. But one thing I just remembered, you had mentioned how there's the Open coming up and the Cups coming up. What's the difference in the two?
So last year, if you remember how like there was 2Ks,
Yeah.
and then they got rid of the 2Ks and just had the home events with and then the cups. This year, this year, the cups are 2Ks and the opens are cups. If that makes any sense, like it's like more money. There's 5 of them. I think me and John figured out the breakdown. There's 47K in total for each open for NA and EU. It's like 47K for NA and EU, and it's like 20K for APAC. And top 8 get paid out, and there's 5 of those. So like that's just it's like a bigger tournament. I don't know if there's like pro points or anything, but there's more money because like the cups are only 2,500 total. I think pricing like 2K for first, 500 second. So it's like I think those it's like you get I don't know, I don't remember the breakdown, but it was like I mean it was 47K, however how the breakdown was. So
it's 47K for both regions or just each?
Both regions, NA and EU, 47K.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. I think you got the math right.
That's exciting, man. I mean, I'm excited to see how the rest of these matches go. I'm excited to see how next weekend goes to the playoffs.
Our main goal is first like we want to just secure top 4. We want to automatically get into season 2.
Yeah.
That's like the most important thing in my eyes. Like, because when it comes down to elites with like online, you never know how it can go. You know, we can show up and win that second map against these, you know, the people that are hosting from West. We can show up and just not, and then the series is over. Because playoffs is single elim, so it's like we show up, if we win that SNE or not. It's like so.
Yeah, when lands come back, everyone's gonna be so happy. Like I feel like everything's just
Sure.
gonna be better.
I mean, that was
100%.
like the fun thing about COD, like being able to like see the people you compete against, like hang out with them, and then afterwards like play your matches. Like I don't know, that's like the highest level of like competition. But now
Yeah,
it's
man.
just like weird because
I mean,
this
yeah,
whole
just
like hosting issue.
competing against people on even base connect. Like, there's no like advantage. It's just
Yeah,
playing
whoever's
on the
better.
playing
It's
on the
all
fairest
skill.
thing. Yeah, playing on the fairest thing. I mean, just getting to talk to everyone. Obviously, it's really just a great environment to be on. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely must land.
It's a lot better than online, to say the least.
That's for sure.
Sure,
Man,
some people say the opposite. Some people love this shit.
Dude, that Durkin guy, man, he loved this shit. There's people that love this shit, and I don't think they're gonna be there for Lance. It's gonna be a good weekend though.
For sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. We have a lot of info to go over, and with a good weekend coming up, man, I'm just excited to see you guys play this weekend.
Let's go. I'm excited to
Yeah.
play.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for doing this with us.
Well, no problem.
No problem.
It's fun doing it.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
guys.
Of course.
Yeah.